so fragile, like it was built to break.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be recreating this artwork from Stars and Shatters here on YouTube. So if you'd like to see how I did this, just keep on watching. So this video is in collaboration with Stars and Shatters. She has a video over on her channel. I will have that link down below and all of her information so you could go and follow her. But first I'm just starting out with putting a base of yellow down on my forehead, and then I kind of just decided to put that everywhere else too because I feel like it'd be a good mixing medium for the colors I'm going to be using later, because I've never attempted to recreate a watercolor look. So I was like, okay, this is probably going to be like a learning process, and it was, and I did like how it ended up turning out overall, but I had to go back and forth between a lot of colors. And I am using the water activated paints from Snazaroo, and sorry if you keep seeing me go over to the side because that's where they are on that side of me. I should have moved them to the other side, but you know, hindsight's 2020. And then I went in with a mixture of pink and a little bit of orange to kind of see if that would give me the correct color for this blush part of the face.
And oh, how'd we get to this place? We're leaving everything behind for new and exciting feelings.
So I keep going back in with a little more pink and then a little bit more orange just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I just try layering it up because I wasn't quite liking how I couldn't get the exact color, but I did end up, trying my best. Because it was like a peachy pink orange color, and I was just mixing a bunch of colors to try getting that. And then I mixed a little bit of orange with some pink and started to layer that on top of the yellow on the lower half of my face. Because obviously I didn't want it to just be stark yellow, and I wanted it to get closer to, like, you could see me like looking over like confused and worried because I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot get this color down. But I just keep going back in, didn't give up, so that's good. If you trying to do something and you feel like giving up, just don't, just keep at it. And then so I just decided to go in with a little more pink. I'm sorry if this seems like a really sped up video because without me putting it at this speed, it would have been like 20 minutes long. And my next video I'm going to be posting is going to be 20 minutes long because it was just a lot of detail in this next look that I have coming your way on Thursday. So please forgive me.
But I won't leave you. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new?
Another quick thing that I wanted to mention was I am using a lot of water with these water activated paints to give it a nice thin consistency so that it kind of gives you that watercolor feel. And then I'm just going back on the uppermost parts of my cheekbones to give it a little more depth and color, and then just, and of course you're going to be hearing me say this a lot, but just back and forth with the layering of the colors until I felt like it was getting to a point where it was looking at least similar, if not exact. I didn't get it quite exact color-wise, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to keep at it. Added a little more pink, mixed with a little white just to lighten it up because I felt like it was looking a little too orange.
Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding.
And then I start to focus on the nose because there is a darker area on the nose. And I realized after the fact that after I had done all this, I had accidentally did a mirror image of her artwork instead of, like, doing it in the reverse so it was on the correct sides of my face. So please do forgive that. I mean, I think it still turned out right even though it's a little flip-flopped. And then I did add just a little bit of white by itself to lighten it up even more because I felt like it was just still too dark. And I am going back and forth in between using my finger and then the brush to blend it out because I wanted it to have like some brush stroke like quality to it because it is a painting, but then also, watercolor like blends together really nicely. So I just wanted to make sure some areas were seamless and some were more directly applied.
I'll be
then something I notice when it comes to watercolor is that when certain colors meet with other colors, there's this like nice defined line, especially if the two colors are, darker and a lighter tone. So I thought I would accentuate those lines. Oh goodness. It's gonna be another one of those days where I just can't speak. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just keep going in with a little more pink because I felt like I was just missing some of the pink in the like peachy tones that were around the eyes and in the nose and just the overall flesh tone of the lower half of the face.
Let's slow down. I wanna live right now. I'm not worried, thinking about tomorrow. I'm feeling.
And then there are certain areas of her face that have a little more color to them, or like certain parts are lighter, certain parts have a little more pink, certain parts have a little more yellow. So I'm just starting to go in and add those little areas on the face.
From you, it's all I believe in. I know you feel it too. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you.
Then I am adding that bit of yellow near the chin, and obviously I mirrored it on accident. It should be on the opposite side of where I put it, but I couldn't do anything about it after the fact.
I'll be holding you. So fragile.
And now I'm starting to bring color down the neck. There's some nice light pinks, some more vibrant pinks, a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of peaches. So, peaches. Oh goodness. So I'm just like starting off with a majority of a base coat of a light pink, and then adding that bit of yellow that you see on the neck shoulder area as well. And then I decided that the forehead looked a little too on the nose yellow, so I decided to add just a hint of a pink and orange with some white mixture just to give it more of like a golden yellow look.
Like it was built to break off the handle. How'd we get to this place?
And then I start going in to do the darker areas of the neck. I did the light base of pink, and then I'm going and doing deeper areas of pink, and then I'll be adding just a little bit of red into some of that as well.
We're leaving everything behind for new and exciting feeling.
Then I made sure to add in that yellow area that was on the below her head and on her shoulder. So I was using a reference photo for this, obviously, and I just wanted to go in and make sure that certain areas were darker. I couldn't get the exact shapes correct because when it comes to watercolor, like, the color will like spread out how it wants because like the flow of water has like a mind of its own for the most part. So I kind of had to like fake it, obviously, but I think I gave like a nice like almost the abstract feel that watercolor can give you.
But I won't leave you. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something?
Then before finishing up all of the body paint, I decided why not just go in and do the eyes. So I went in with the Coastal Scents Hot Pot in the shade Sunflower Petal, and I ran that into my crease to blend into the yellow that I have on my forehead, and I did my brows off of camera, in case you didn't notice. And then I went in with the BH Cosmetics Foil Eyes palette, and I first took like this like golden yellow shade, and then it wasn't quite as dark as I wanted it to be, so I went in with an orange on top of it, and it gave me a really nice golden yellow orange. That is pretty much what the photo shows. And then afterward, I went in with the white from that same palette, and I just popped that into the center of my lids.
Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you.
As you can see here, there's a nice white center in the photo I am referencing, and so I'm just making sure to do the exact same thing on my eyes. This to me was a super easy part because I know how to do eyeshadow. It's like this was like a really big learning process for me. But then I decided to go in with some red and start on the flower that was on the chest. And, you know, I've drawn flowers before, just in art and all that stuff, and so it was pretty easy to do this because it was something I was familiar with, unlike the watercolor. And I'm making sure to add in the little stroke details that were on the petals that were also on her painting.
I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you.
And then I'm going in with just a little bit of white to give it a little areas a little more highlight to lighten up the base color underneath so it didn't look as unreadable from a distance. I wanted it to be like noticeably the flower when you were a little further away. Then for my lips, I went in with the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit lipstick in the shade Coral Corruption, and I thought this matched the best out of the colors that I had. I do end up going in with a pink gloss later to kind of give it a little more of a pink tone to it. Then I coated my top lashes with top and bottom lashes with the Essence Forbidden Volume Mascara.
Let's slow down.
Now, a liner of any kind and lashes or something that I rarely, if ever, do. But I was like, okay, you know, in the photo she has really long, full lashes. So I decided to line my upper lash line with the NYC liquid eyeliner. And they actually don't sell it in the States anymore, which is kind of sad because it is my favorite for when I do use any kind of liner. And then I went in with the LA Colors High Shine Gloss. I'll have the name of this listed down below because I do not recall it. But yeah, that pretty much is the end of this video. I hope I did her proud. Please go show her video some love. I did throw on the lashes if you didn't notice. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in my next one.
Right now, I'm not worried.